darkness whispers, the unknown calls, and you have answered. Welcome to a realm where fear is real and nightmares come alive. I am your storyteller, your guide through the shadows. Tonight's tale will test your courage and challenge everything you think you know about what lurks in the dark. So settle in, brave soul. The horror begins now. Slowly, let silence breathe. Every pause is intentional. Low, distant wind, a single piano note, fading. Some roads take you somewhere you weren't meant to go. I had spent a few days in Austin, visiting friends, nothing unusual, nothing out of the ordinary. Getting back to Louisiana meant a full day on the road, so on my last morning, I started packing up. That's when the message came in. An old friend, Tom, someone I hadn't seen since high school. He replied to my Instagram story and said he lived just an hour outside Austin, right along the route I was already taking. It seemed almost too convenient. But I told myself, old friends, long road, good timing. I set my GPS and drove out to his place. Tires on gravel, fading into stillness. The house appeared through the trees like something from another era. Not broken down, not abandoned, just old. The kind of old that has seen things. The wooden porch groaned beneath my feet like it was warning me. When Tom opened the door, a smell rolled out. Old timber, something earthy, something closed off, like the house had been holding its breath. But Tom, he pulled me into a hug like no time had passed at all. Some friendships don't fade. We sat in the living room, whiskey in hand, stories flowing. One drink became two became three, and time disappeared. Eventually, Tom looked at me and said, "You've got a long drive ahead. Why don't you stay the night?" He was right. I was in no condition to drive. He led me down a hallway to a spare bedroom. The room felt still. Not quiet, still. The kind of stillness that suggests a room hasn't been entered in a very long time, like the air itself had been undisturbed, waiting. I didn't think much of it. I collapsed onto the bed, and I was gone. Sometime in the night, I woke up. My mouth was dry, my head was thick. Pale moonlight crept through the blinds in thin silver lines, and that's when I saw it. There, in the corner of the room, hanging on the closet door, was a shape. Dark, still, silent. At first, I told myself it was a trench coat, something hung carelessly on a hook. But the longer I looked, the more wrong it felt. The shoulders were too broad, the silhouette too defined. It had the outline of a person. I rolled over, squeezed my eyes shut, told myself it was the whiskey, told myself it was the dark playing tricks. But I looked again. It was still there. I forced myself back to sleep, the way you do when part of you doesn't want to know the answer. Later, I don't know how much later, I woke again, and this time, there was a sound. Slow, careful, a creaking, like footsteps on old wood. Deliberate footsteps, the kind made by something that doesn't want to be heard, but can't quite help itself. Dawn light had begun bleeding into the room. I turned toward the corner. The shape was gone. I went straight to Tom's room, shook him awake. "The coat," I said. "In the spare room, on the closet door." He looked at me the way you look at someone when what they're saying doesn't make sense. "I don't own a trench coat," he said, "and there's no coat rack in that room." We searched the entire house, every room, every closet, every corner. Nothing. No coat, no hook, no explanation. I left before the sun had fully risen. Almost intimate. To this day, I don't know what I saw. Maybe it was the dark. Maybe it was the whiskey. Maybe it was nothing at all. But sometimes, late at night, when a room feels a little too still, I think about that corner, and I wonder whether something had been standing there all along, watching, waiting, while I slept. And I wonder if it knew I'd wake up. I was 18. Some nights leave a mark. The memories don't fade, they sharpen, get colder. This is one of those nights. Sweden, midsummer, the sky that bruised purple that never goes fully dark. 4 of us, my parents, my best friend Anna, a road trip with one simple plan: find a campsite, sleep under the Swedish sky. Except every campsite was full. So we drove until the road ran out. A gravel parking lot, a nature reserve, forest on every side, ancient, dense, the kind that doesn't care about you. And one car, just sitting there, far from the entrance, no lights, no movement. We told ourselves it was a hiker. We told ourselves a lot of things that night. We set up the tents. The air smelled like pine and cold water and something else, that wet, deep smell of turned earth, like something dug up. We climbed in. The talking stopped. The laughter stopped. The night settled in around us, heavy, still, cold for summer. I closed my eyes. Midnight. Anna's hand found my arm, slow, deliberate. Don't move, don't speak, just listen. Metal hitting gravel, scraping, rhythmic, patient. A shovel. Someone using a shovel in a nature reserve at midnight. We lay completely still. Anna's fingers tightened. My pulse hammered in my throat. Then it stopped. A trunk slammed shut, hard, final. An engine, tires on gravel, then gone. My phone buzzed. A friend, someone who knew the area. That beach nearby, criminal activity. Be careful. I showed Anna without a word. 10 minutes passed. 10 very long minutes. The forest had gone completely silent. No wind, no insects, nothing. When a forest goes that quiet, something is wrong. Then the forest screamed. A man, somewhere in those trees. It was not the sound of fear. Fear sounds like please, like the future still matters. This sounded like the last noise a person makes when they understand it's over. Then silence. Footsteps. Slow, deliberate, getting closer. They reached the tent and didn't stop, circling us, round and round, like something making sure. We lay frozen. I could hear my mother in the other tent, completely silent, which meant she was awake, which meant she could hear it too. The footsteps circled again, then stopped. Headlights flooded the tent walls white. The same car, back, just sitting there, engine idling, lights on our tents, watching. Then gone again. We didn't discuss it. We moved, out of the tents, into the car, doors locked. 5 minutes later, blue lights, a police car racing down the same road, chasing something, or someone. We sat in that car until morning. No one slept. When I got home, I looked up the area. A man had been murdered there. 2 others had disappeared. No bodies, no arrests. I thought about the shovel, the trunk, the scream, the footsteps circling us in the dark. How thin that tent fabric was. I still think about it. Who screamed? Who was walking around our tents? What were the police chasing? I don't think I want to know.